why did the prototype kill Huggy Wuggy? To answer that, we need to rewind for a second. Back in Chapter 1, Huggy Wuggy was the main threat. He stalks us through the factory, eventually chases us into the vents, and falls to the bottom after we pull the box down on him. At that point, most people assumed he was dead. But in Chapter 5, he comes back. He's patched up, missing an arm, clearly rebuilt, which already tells us something important. The prototype didn't discard him after Chapter 1, he repaired him. That means Huggy was still useful. And that also tells us something about how the prototype operates. He doesn't immediately throw away broken experiments. If something still has value, he keeps it around. We've seen that pattern before. The prototype isn't emotional, he's strategic. If Huggy survived that fall and the prototype chose to fix him instead of harvesting him immediately, then Huggy must have still had a role inside the factory. Most likely, security. Huggy was always positioned near high-traffic areas, the main lobby in Chapter 1, and later near security systems and deeper floors. He wasn't just muscle, he was the factory's guard dog. Now, fast forward to Chapter 5. Huggy catches us again, and this time he's different. In Chapter 1, he stalked us quietly, slow, controlled, almost confident. He lets us walk around. He watches, he waits until the very end to attack. There's no panic in him. In Chapter 5, that changes. He's aggressive. He's breaking doors, smashing through barriers, punching through reinforced metal, throwing himself at elevators. This isn't the same calm hunter. This is someone under pressure. And if you think about it, that pressure makes sense, because from Huggy's perspective, he already failed once. The player escaped in Chapter 1. The prototype rebuilt him. That probably wasn't a reward. If anything, losing his arm might have been punishment. And now he's face to face with the same person who caused that failure. This isn't just revenge, this feels like a final test. And that context changes how we see his behavior. The rage isn't just anger, it's desperation. He needs this win. Then comes the key moment. Huggy finally has us pinned. He's about to kill us. And then Kissy Missy appears. Instead of attacking her, he stops. He hesitates. The two of them look at each other, and for a second, it feels like Huggy might not go through with it. That hesitation is everything. And what makes this moment stronger is the history between them. Kissy and Huggy clearly knew each other before all of this. They're part of the same bigger bodies line. They were likely created around the same time. They survived the hour of joy together. So when they lock eyes, that isn't random. There's recognition there. And the prototype sees that. We already know from Chapter 3 that the prototype doesn't tolerate failure. When Catnap fails to eliminate us, the prototype kills him immediately. Catnap was loyal, devoted even. He worshipped the prototype, and it didn't matter. Failure equals removal. So, from the prototype's perspective, Huggy failed in Chapter 1, he's struggling again in Chapter 5, and now he's hesitating in front of Kissy. That's not just failure, that's instability. And instability is dangerous, because the prototype doesn't just control through strength, he controls through fear. Most of the toys follow him because they're scared, or because he provides resources, or because they think resistance is pointless. If Huggy, one of the strongest toys in the factory, starts doubting him, that cracks the illusion. If Huggy switches sides, that's not just losing one soldier, that's losing control. And the prototype cannot allow that. There's also the physical side of it. The prototype has been collecting parts from other experiments. Mommy's arm, Catnap's red smoke ability, Kissy's arm, Huggy's arm. He's not just killing them, he's upgrading. Each chapter, he becomes more complete, more capable, and Huggy is pure strength. We've seen what he can do, breaking reinforced doors, shattering metal, crushing barriers. If Huggy's no longer completely loyal, then logically, he's more valuable as parts than as an ally. Especially if the prototype already took one of his arms earlier. At that point, Huggy's already being harvested slowly. So when the prototype impales him, it isn't emotional, it isn't revenge, it's efficiency. Remove the unstable variable, collect the useful material, maintain control. There's also one more detail people overlook, the timing. The prototype doesn't attack Huggy while he's chasing us. He doesn't interrupt the fight immediately. He waits. He lets the situation unfold. and he strikes at the exact moment Huggy hesitates. That suggests he was watching, observing, evaluating. And once Huggy showed doubt, the decision was made. That's not rage, that's judgment. Huggy failed, Huggy hesitated, Huggy became a risk. And in the factory, the moment you become a risk, you're removed. Alright guys, that was my take on why the prototype killed Huggy in Chapter 5. I could be completely wrong. That's the fun part with this game. Nothing is ever 100% clear, and every small detail feels intentional. So I'm really curious, what do you think? Was it mercy? Was it strategy? Or was Huggy just no longer useful? Drop your theories in the comments. I actually read them, and some of you catch things I miss. If you enjoy this theory breakdown around Poppy Playtime and other indie horror games, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And yeah, share this with someone who's deep into Poppy lore. See you in the next one.